Well, hello friends. Today I am at the Bacon Race Church and Cemetery, what's left of the church. This church was built originally here in the 1700s. In the 1860s, this was a supply camp for the Confederate Army, who were camped all around Prince William County, Virginia. So we're going to take a look around the cemetery, see what's left of the church, and I'll tell you what I know. Not a lot, but I'll tell you what I know. Here we go. All right, so let's check out the Bacon Race Cemetery and what remains of the church that was once here. And these are right at the entrance area to the little park here. Now this cemetery is still in use, and apparently this area out here is wide open for people to be buried in, and those stones right out there are new, fairly new, the last couple of years. And there's a brand new burial out there as well that doesn't even have a nameplate on it yet, but you can see that the ground has been overturned. So the historical signs out here on the road. By the way, we are right on the road here, so we'll go back here and visit the cemetery now. And I took a walk through here prior to recording, and I note something that is kind of unusual for cemeteries. Oftentimes they will bury in sections. They'll, when a cemetery is new, they will start burying in sections. They'll start in an area. When it fills up, then they will then they'll move on to a new section, and so on. So you can kind of tell, you can look at the sections and see how old things are. But around here, in this particular one, they seem to be all intermixed together. A good example was, we just passed it actually right up here, the front corner. Show you this again here. All right, so right here at the front, we've got a 2010 and a 2006. These are death dates. And right beside it, we've got a 57 and a 66. We've got a 1959 right next to a 1993, 49, and on and on. It looks like this throughout this particular cemetery. So it's just sort of wherever they had space or bought plots or whatever, however it worked out, that is where folks got buried. I know that there are also several Confederate soldiers of various Virginia units buried in here. There are also some stones inside the bushes here. Here's a John Pettit. Looks like 1924 date, maybe. Hard to read that. Mildred Pettit died in 1920. There's a 1917 death date during World War I. Here's one of our CSA soldiers, James Pearson, Company B, 49th Virginia Infantry, CSA. And right beside him, Carolyn Pearson, his wife. The two of them together there. There's a William Pettit, died 1900. This one's kind of cool right here. Look at this. This is hand carved S.A. Arrington, born March 4th, 1817, Died January 20th, 1900, at rest. You can see that that's definitely a hand-carved thing, not by a professional carver. But sometimes when the money wasn't there, they just had to do it out of love and do the very best that they could do, as most of us do. We do the best we can with what we have. Fairfax, Marshall K. and his wife Mary. Excuse me. Here's another one of our CSA soldiers. Looks like a George Pettit. And that is the old style CSA marker there. Old cast iron. There's another one down here in the bush. See if I can read this. See, Virginia Regiment. Cannot, excuse me, cannot read the name. All right. Have an obvious depression in the ground here, and it looks like a footstone, but no headstone. Susie Rowena, infant daughter of Jacob and Elizabeth Davis. Can I read that date? Born September 26, 1904, and it has sunk into the ground. I cannot see a death date there. There are things written there, but it's in the ground. It has sunk. Rest in peace, little Susie. Harriet Cole, wife of William Reed. And there's William Reed right there. I believe this may be another child here. Danny H. Born 1902, died 1905. 3-year-old child. Catherine Reed. Let's go around this bush here. Hezekiah Reed, 1868 to 1945. (1976, 78, 2020). And we have this memorial in the middle of the cemetery here. Oak Grove Bacon Race Church. This was the first Baptist church established in Prince William County circa 1774. It was led by Elder David Thomas. This was the first of 3 churches on this site. The last church, built in 1836, stood until it collapsed on Christmas Eve 1987. The last pastor, William Smoot, is buried nearby. The church stood silent after 1938, and stones from the foundation, designated Stone of Angels, were gathered to mark this site by D.S. Alexander, trustee. And over here, there is a board remaining from the church, or a couple of boards. This was all that remains of the church building itself, that I think, if I remember rightly, was built in 1836. That's just a guess. There's that. Now there are a lot of graves that have kind of grown into the bushes and trees here. This is a good example. We've got a whole family of Davises here. These right in front here, and then those right behind the tree as well. They're all Davises. There's one hidden right in here. And here would be William Smoot, man whose name we just read on that memorial out there. That was the last pastor of this church, William Smoot. Died in 1938. My husband, L. Tillman Carter, born 1847, died 1924. Husband and wife right there. This is a neat one right back here. Look at this scroll here. To the memory of Walter Scott Smoot, 1901 to 1921. 20 years old. Our Aunt Ann M. Keys, J.L. Keys. This is kind of cool here, this family plot. It's kind of barred off here. There's seems to be two family names. There's Sullivans and there's Bells. Probably family by marriage. Ruth Lee Bell, Jane Ann Sullivan, and John Goodwin Sullivan down there. But this is probably 40 feet long, maybe, by 15 feet across. This whole thing. There's one grave kind of out here by itself at the fence line. We'll go check that one out. We'll look at this one right here before we go by. Evelyn, daughter of M.W. and Rena Davis. July 1905 to January 06, so half a year old. Here we have W.C. Balch, died January 16, 1908, aged 72 years, by his pupils. Kind of sounds like he was a teacher and the students maybe created the stone for him. As we get further back in here, there's some storm damage. This stone right here looks like it was once repaired along this line and then broke again. So there's the broken piece right there on the ground behind it. You can kind of see the glue tracks down the side. This is Wanda Mayhew, born 1826, died 1899. There's an Enoch Grimes. James and Sophia Clark. V.C. Beavers. Again, there's three more that are kind of being taken over by the trees and bushes. And a Mary Whalen here in this bush. There's another one in this bush. Let's see. It looks like it might say Julia. I'm going to guess that's Posey. I see a POS, and there's a lot of posies around here, so that's probably it. Several Davises along here. T.T. Arrington, 1845 to 1879. And beside him, Julia T., beloved wife of Thaddeus Arrington, 1854 to 1894. Winnie Lou Davis, 1860 to 1937. You see someone's private property is right behind the edge. Matter of fact, there are gravestones right up to the fence, so I wonder if at some point the church was actually on that property. And it's been bought in later years. This one's been broken off of its base, but at least it's in one piece, mostly. And here we have, who is that? Manasseh Russell. And beside him is wife Jeanette, wife of Manasseh Russell. Looks like he was buried in 1940 and she was buried in 1923. Back behind them, I see a Nellie Posey. Couple more out here to the side. One back here. Let's see this one. And that says Emil A., son of, can't read the first names, J.C. and Sadie Posey, 1926, 1929. It's a 3-year-old child. We'll walk along the back edge here, and that'll be the end of it. There's a husband and wife, John and Ruth Russell. See, it's got some storm damage here. A tree has fallen over top of that one. There's a couple of stones here in this mess of dirt. Cordelia Posey, William and Eliza Posey, got a couple right against the back gate here, not the back gate, but the back fence to these other people's property. Looks like French Davis and Grace, his wife. And over here, Emma J., mother of Grace Davis. So, looks like a husband and wife. And her mom there. Louis and Lily Milstead, married July 1910. And since he died in 61, it looks like they had at least 51 years of marriage. It's great. Fantastic. It's a baby. 86 to 87 and 88 to 2017. Apparently brothers. Somehow I missed these guys when I was coming by here, but I wanted to point these two out. This is kind of cool. You have Coleman Milstead right here. January 1836 to August 1925. And again, he was a Confederate soldier here in Virginia. Right beside him, his wife, Elizabeth Milstead, born 1837 and died, it looks like, 1912. But always good to see a husband and wife together like that. That is where I'm going to end this one. Let me do a quick turnaround here. You can see the Bacon Race Cemetery. The church is no more, but at least they've saved a few bits and pieces of the church here for people to be able to see it. So till the next video, y'all have a great day. I'll see you next time.